Secretaries Rex Tillerson and James Mattis co-authoring a new opinion piece on the North Korean crisis. In it, the president's two national security advisors sending a strong message to China, while saying the U.S. will continue to work with allies to hold all nations accountable to their commitments to isolate North Korea. Tillerson and Mattis writing in the Wall Street Journal, quote, "The U.S. is willing to negotiate with Pyongyang, but given the long record of North Korea's dishonesty in negotiations and repeated violations of international agreements, it is incumbent upon the regime to signal its desire to negotiate in good faith. A sincere indication would be the immediate cessation of its provocative threats, nuclear tests, missile launches, and other weapons tests." Andrew Peek, former advisor to U.S. and NATO commanders in Afghanistan and a former U.S. Army intelligence officer. Andrew, care to give a statistical probability on the North Koreans granting the Secretary's wishes?
Near zero. No, but in seriousness, this really isn't meant for the North Koreans. It's meant for the Chinese. It's a signal to the Chinese that we are not interested in regime change, but the president's very willing to take military action against North Korea's nuclear and missile program.
Very willing, or will if it comes to an absolute necessity?
I think they would prefer the Chinese believe that he is very willing. That's how deterrence works. The more willing you look like you are willing to use military force, the greater the likelihood actually that you don't have to, because the other side starts to tread a little carefully.
On that note, take a listen to Mike Pompeo, CIA director, yesterday.
Nothing imminent. You've seen what the Defense Department has said on our side. You've seen the reporting about what the North Koreans are doing and not doing. There's nothing imminent today. But make no mistake about it, the continuation, the increased chance that there'll be a nuclear missile in Denver is a very serious threat, and the administration is going to treat it as such.
I don't know why they're always picking on Denver. It's a great city. But either way, is this a good cop, bad cop situation? Because it seems as though you're getting very different messages from the chairman of the Joint Chiefs who's in South Korea right now, from the two secretaries, from the CIA director.
I don't think it's a good cop, bad cop situation. I think Dunford in China right now, or in Korea right now, is delivering exactly the same message that that Tillerson and Mattis are. That force is on the table, but we prefer the diplomatic solution.
Everyone keeps talking about the diplomatic solution, and this came out just over the weekend. Iran authorizing $300 million for its ballistic missile program, perhaps, shall we say, following the North Koreans. The parliament there agreeing to another $60 million for their nuclear program. Allegedly, there was a deal to stop that. And all the while, the parliament in Iran chanting death to America as they authorized all this. I thought we had a deal with Iran, and now we're trying to make a deal with North Korea. Is it time for something other than deals?
Right. I mean, the issue in Iran right now is that the increased funding for ballistic missiles illustrates the basic problem of the Iran deal, which was that it increased Iran's ability to dominate the Gulf without restraining its desire to do so. So a similar deal in North Korea would have to somehow contain North Korea politically, either through a new U.S.-Chinese understanding on North Korea or through a new U.S. military deployment to South Korea.
Yeah, well, deals with North Korea haven't worked so well. Just ask the Clinton administration back in the 90s. All right, Andrew, thanks so much.
Thanks, Leland.
All right.